Today we are learning to think and act like artists. We're going to learn how to use tempera cakes today. For tempera cakes, you will need a piece of paper with your name on the back. You need water, a sponge, brushes, a palette of tempera cakes, and you might also want a small sheet of paper that you can use to test the colors before you put them on your real painting. Please don't use the yellow paintbrushes. The yellow paintbrushes are only for watercolor. We have 3 rules with tempera cakes. Number 1, please don't get the palette of paint dirty like this one. This one has the colors and they're all been mixed together. Like, take a look at the yellow. Please don't let that happen. Wash your brush every time. Rule number 2, please don't get your hands dirty. Try to keep your hands as clean as possible. And the last rule, please don't get your paper soaking wet. Try to keep your paper as dry as you can. If your paint palette is a little bit dirty, here's how you can clean it. Dip your brush in water, find the dirty color, and stir. Let's clean that brush, and we'll dry the brush on the sponge. Stir a little bit more, and most of the time, that will get your paint clean again, and you'll be able to use it. It's back to plain white. Very good. When you're ready to paint, take your brush, dip in water, and do brush strokes on the color that you want. And then you can paint as usual. We have large and small brushes depending on if you need detail or if you're just coloring in an area. When you want to switch colors, you must wash your brush and dry it on the sponge, please, so that your colors won't get contaminated and mixed. Here is red. These colors don't mix very well. If you need to mix, for instance, yellow and blue to make green, you would mix it on a small sheet of paper and then transfer it to your painting. Another thing that might help you, ta-da! We actually have 2 different sets of tempera cakes. So if you need more colors, you can borrow both sets. And our drawings. We've already made great drawings. If you want to, you can color them in with tempera cakes. For instance, you could add a background, or you could fill in the actual object or picture that you drew. You might need a small brush for details. We'll take a little black paint and add a little extra detail to the castle that I put in the background. This is working because the original castle color was already dry, so you might need a little drying time. All right, try not to get your painting soaking wet. Make sure you use that sponge to dry off your brush. I can't wait to see what you're going to create today. Have fun, kids.